You were complete.
Hey there, bookkeeping side hustle community. It's Kate, and we are glad to be here today. Today we're going to be interviewing Margie Rimmers Davis. She's been on this channel before. She's helped a lot of us with our Pro Advisor exams. But today I'm even more excited, y'all, because she has developed a thing, I don't know, a product, an online study tool called the QBO Gym. And that's what this is going to be all about. We're going to interview her to learn what is the QBO Gym and how can it help you get hands-on practice with QuickBooks Online, that on-the-job experience without necessarily having a job. It's going to be pretty impressive. I just got a little demo of it from her, and so I'm excited to share it with you. We're going to try to keep this video short, and so that means you need to follow her if you want to keep learning more about her. So below in the description, y'all, we've got a link to her YouTube channel, her free Facebook community called the Locker Room, and also there's a free trial of the gym. So below there, my affiliate links are down there. If y'all end up buying something from her, it will help me out as a way to say thanks for me putting on these types of webinars. But use those links and test it out, but stay connected with her because we're only going to do a brief taste of what this is to hopefully just pique your interest and then go learn more. So I don't want this to go on too long, but I'm glad for those of you who are here. Go ahead and tell us where you're listening from in the chat. And if you know Margie, tell us what she's done for you so far in your business. But I think that's the intro. So post your comments, post your questions. And now I'd love to just dive in with Margie introducing herself and giving us, who she is and maybe just a little bit about the intro to the gym.
All right. Well, awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Kate. It's always fun to hang out with you and do these things. So I'm delighted to be here. So I kind of got my start a few years ago as I was wanting to get my Pro Advisor certification. And as I was studying the free Intuit materials to get my Pro Advisor certification, I just thought I could do such a better job than this. I just felt like the training was overwhelming and scattered, and I was so lost, and just brought me to tears. In my former life, before marriage and kids, I worked for a medical software company, and I did instructional design and training for their proprietary software. And so I had all this experience with creating training programs for software that I just thought, oh my gosh, I could do such a better job than this. And so, but at the time I was like, oh, I'm too busy. I just got to put my blinders on. I can't chase that squirrel. And so I am going to, just focus on me, focus on my, on my own business until I got involved in some bookkeeping groups similar to yours. And just so many people were complaining about the Intuit training. They were wanting to get their certification, but they just felt like the information was completely overwhelming and that it just was taking too long and that the questions didn't seem to match up with the training. And then finally, I just said, I can't stand this anymore. I cannot stand to see people in pain. And so I was like, I'm just going to put together this training, and I put it out there. It flew off the shelf. 4,000 students later, I am sitting here talking to you today. And so the QBO Gym is the next evolution in the Fast and Easy QBO world. So what we found is, and you and I have talked about this many times on our conversations, is just because you're certified, like all that means is that you can pass a test, right? All it means is that you know the software. It doesn't mean that you're a good bookkeeper. It doesn't mean that you actually know what to do. It doesn't mean that you actually, can handle different situations that, that come up. And so as I thought about like, what do people need next? I saw the comments about, well, yeah, I got certified, but I don't know, like, I don't feel confident in my skills. Like, that was really the big thing, is that confidence. And so this is the next evolution of that, is to help people feel competent and confident in using QBO to handle different actual real life scenarios. So, we have our certification training, and in that certification training, we have hands-on exercises. That's one of the things that sets us apart, is that we give people an opportunity to actually do in QBO, in the sample company, the things that they're learning. That's one of the things that the Intuit training was really lacking. So we have all of these exercises, and I actually give those exercises away for free. If you join the locker room, which you mentioned earlier, then you have our spreadsheet to all of our exercises, some of them that come from the certification courses, some of them that come there are a handful of what they call Pro Advisor challenges inside the Intuit training. And so we just took those Pro Advisor challenges and put them into our format to make it a little easier for them to like walk through and actually know what they're doing. There are other exercises in there that just like people have requested, like, I need to know how to do such and such a thing. So all of that is available for free in the locker room. And but the thing about that is those are just individual exercises for learning a particular concept. They're just standalone. What the gym does is it actually provides life as a bookkeeper. You actually sit down, you have your fictitious business owner that you're working with, that you're working for, and every time you log on, and we're going to show you a demo here in just a minute, you're going to log on and you're going to learn, like, okay, this is what happened in Craig's world today. And then you actually now, as Craig's bookkeeper, have to record all of that in QBO. So I'm happy to give you a tour, unless you want to talk some more.
No, I definitely want us to dive in. So I was just going to say, I just want to echo what you said about people getting the Pro Advisor certification, not meaning that they are ready to be a bookkeeper. And so that's why, again, I said I was excited about this. I'm more excited about it than the certification training, because I think there should be, it's the certification is just like the tiniest step, y'all, in a successful career as a bookkeeper. So I'm actually appreciative of that. So should we start with the screen share, or should we start with our video first?
Oh, let's start with the screen share, and then I'll tell you when to roll the video.
So is this like, I just signed up for my free 7-day trial, and this is what I'm kind of going to see? Is that sort of a way to think of it? All right, so hopefully y'all are all signing up for the free trial. But here is the Learning Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all of the workouts. Let me just make sure we can see. Okay, so when you log in, there's a welcome page with a little video for me and kind of orientation. So I skipped that to go right to the good stuff for you. So anyway, so right here is our all workouts page, so that you can see you can kind of think of it as a magazine. I call each month an issue. So, like a magazine issue, it's a subscription, and every month you're going to get a group of four groups of like exercises, and they're broken out. We've got this whole gym thing going on.
Yeah, I got a theme.
The theme, yeah. So we've got warm-ups. Warm-ups are basically what are going to happen when you first start working on the job. You're going to see, okay, what money has come in, what money has Craig spent, and you're going to process all of those things. And then cardio are the things that Craig wants you to do. So if Craig wants you to send out, and Craig, by the way, is our fictitious business owner, but if Craig wants you to send out invoices to such and such, or pay bills, all that kind of thing. You also, of course, are going to have to process bank feeds. That's part of warm-ups. In cardio, maybe he went to he went to the bank and made a deposit. So you're going to have to record that. And then every month we have a section, a strength training section, which is all about a particular feature in QBO that we just take a deep dive and we talk about a particular situation. So in March, Craig he was working with a wedding planner, and the wedding planner asked him to clean up the grounds for, because if you don't know, Craig is a landscaper. so he was working with this wedding planner, and she had him clean up the grounds for two different weddings. And we used the projects feature in QBO for Craig to be able to track how it went on each of those jobs, and each of them had like something that went wrong. So on one of them, his worker went out to clean up the tree, and the tree fell down, and so they had to bring in extra people to come help clean it up. And so that was some extra expense that they weren't expecting for the project. And then the cool down is always when you're going to reconcile reports. So you're actually going to get a bank statement, and so you're going to reconcile your accounts, and then you're going to learn a different report, some specialty report, or you're going to customize a report. That maybe is something new. So every issue, something goes wrong, and you have to troubleshoot it. You have to figure out what to do, how to handle it, and also you are learning something new. So inside,
this is amazing. Sorry, you worked so hard. This is amazing.
Thanks.
I am impressed.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So if I go inside the warm-ups, the first thing that you do is you watch a little animated video. And Kate, I gave it to her previously because it'll play better if she plays it if I play it in the screen share here. So Kate's going to play this little video.
Here we go, y'all. 45 seconds.
First thing you do when you sit down to work on Craig's account is check what money has come in. Craig has decided to offer $50 gift cards and sold 3 of them to Rego Travel Agency. Already, one of Rego's customers, Oliver Weiss, used one to purchase some pest control services. Craig also received 3 checks for outstanding invoices, which he tells you he has already deposited using his bank's mobile app. He says he also finally deposited the checks that came in a while ago that you've been bugging him about. Next, Craig tells you that he rented a backhoe from Ellis Equipment Rental for one of his jobs. It was $1,000 for the day. Finally, you'll want to process the bank feeds to see what has come into and out of the bank. All right. So you watch that little video, and then once you've watched that little video and you kind of understand all of the stuff, every section has a little 3-question quiz. And the purpose of the quiz is just for you to test your own knowledge, kind of it's like a pre-quiz. So in this particular example, Craig is selling gift cards, and so you're going to have to set up gift cards as a product, and then you're going to have to link that to an account. So what kind of account are you going to have to link to gift cards? And so that's the question right here. The answer is a liability account. And then as you answer the questions, you answer all 3 of the questions, then it will tell you what the correct answer is and why that's the correct answer. So you're going to learn about a little bit more about that. Okay, so once you've kind of gotten oriented, now it's time to actually do the work. So you're going to have these little links. Click here to practice processing the gift cards. Once you click that, it's going to open up. These are our signature exercises. This looks very similar to all of those exercises that you get for free in the locker room, the ones that are in our certification. They tell you to start in the sample company. We revisit the scenario here. Now with the gift cards, there's a bunch of different things. So the first thing you have to do is you have to set up the gift cards as a thing that you sell. And so it's going to take you all through all of the steps to show you how to set that up and how to, link it to that account. So here instead, Anyway, it's going to go further. So then you actually have to sell those gift cards to Rego Travel Agency. So then this next section is to teach you is to create the sales receipt for selling the gift cards. And then the next one is that now Oliver is going to redeem that gift card. And so what are the steps? How do you do that? So instead of as payment method, which you might think it is, then it's actually going to be a negative number here on the sales receipt. Then at the end for this particular one, we have some final thoughts. We talk about, gift card, QBO isn't really designed for gift cards. And so it's probably better to get an add-on app. So that kind of thing, this is the perfect time to use a third-party app. So that kind of thing. So that's just to kind of show you the gift cards, but that's just the first little piece of this issue of the gym. So the next thing is you'll need the checks that Craig left for you. So under here, right under the video, we have to deposit the checks. And then you download, these are the checks that you got. And you've got the checks and the check number and the amount and the invoice number that it links to for this. Sometimes they don't give you the invoice number, and then we have to teach you how to find it without the invoice number. Sometimes they paid the wrong amount. And so you have to figure out, like I said, every issue has problems that you have to solve, as well as, new things that you have to learn. Once you have done each one of these things, you're going to click this little thing and everything is gamified. So you get a little ka-ching. I don't know if you could hear that, but you get a little ka-ching. You get, and you earn points. And then at the end, you get a little woohoo celebration, and a trophy and a badge and like all that fun stuff. My initial vision for this, that it is a Duolingo for QBO.
Well, y'all who are watching, tell us in the chat what y'all think. This is really awesome. I guess one of the things I'm feeling, Margie, is that I'm thinking about myself 5 years ago when I was starting, and almost like this is like too much for me on that in my first month of trying to be a bookkeeper. So is there a sense like that you need to have some level of base knowledge, or is the explanations enough that like I wouldn't have known, like I'm guessing a lot of people don't know that a gift card should be a liability. And so is there, if you know that, you go fast, but if you don't know that, we get taught that?
That's a really good question. In all of this, I am walking the fine line between how much I have to teach and how much I just have to show. So, I do have a course called Getting Started, the Fast and Easy Way, which kind of teaches that's a free course where right now it comes with the gym. So, and it comes with all of our basic level certification course. You kind of get this extra mini course, which just kind of introduces you to QBO and how to click around and what the difference is between an invoice and a sales receipt, for example. So just kind of laying the groundwork for those kinds of things. So you definitely want to have that. And then if you have your basic level certification, of course, that's going to help you as well. But this is not a course on bookkeeping. This is just more the hands-on practice with bookkeeping. And so we partner with a lot of other people that teach the actual bookkeeping and that teach, and that if you're starting your business, teach the marketing piece, or, for example, one of the questions we get a lot is does this include e-commerce? There's limited amounts that we teach on, can possibly teach with e-commerce. I mean, we do as much as we can because obviously that's part of real life. But then we're also going to point them to other people who teach e-commerce bookkeeping specifically also as well.
So this just makes me think, y'all got to get into that free Facebook group right now. So make sure, because she's got other stuff. So for those of you who thought, oh my gosh, I got to shut my computer because she's teaching too advanced of concepts, she's still able to help you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, well, I want us to some people are saying this is amazing. We got some hand clapping emojis, and that's finally motivating someone to get their business running. So it's possible to learn this stuff, y'all, and that's what Margie's trying to do, is just to help be a someone walking along your side. I want to just, let's quickly move to you kind of like your vision for the gym. I know that, so it's about 3 months old, 2.5 months old. Is that right? You
Yeah.
had some, yeah. So
Yeah.
what's the clip of content? How much do people are you thinking people will spend on, how many hours a month should we do?
Uh-huh.
What's the vision, and how are you incorporating the feedback from the current students that are already in there?
Yeah. Do you want to take off the screen share? So
Oh yeah, thank
you're
you.
not
There we
like,
go. All right.
all right, there we go. So, so we are super excited about this. I feel like there's just such a gap between what people can learn on their own and then actually doing it. I mean, it's the age old adage, you need experience to get a job and you need a job to get experience, right? Yep. So this kind of like fills that gap. One of the things that Intuit, when they're hiring their live bookkeepers, they require a year's worth of experience. And one of the what was she, like a supervisor or something, that she said we really can't hire somebody without that experience, because they said it's like drinking from a fire hose. Mm-hmm. So you get in and you suddenly are, have all of this stuff that you don't know, like you don't know how to handle if you're brand new, if you've just taken the Intuit's bookkeeping course, for example. And so what this does is that it gives you that experience with all of those different things. And we walk through it step by step. I mean, I have several members of the gym right now who have zero experience and just have said how much they appreciate that it's step by step, and that and that they can always ask questions, and that that they're just learning, little bits and pieces. The other thing that people have said is that it puts it all together. So they've learned all of these pieces. Yep. From whatever guru they're following. They've learned that, but now it's like they're sitting down and they actually, everything clicks because they're actually doing it. My vision. So we launched to just a kind of a small group in February. And so now we're opening it up to the public. So when people start, you're going to have April issue in just a couple of days. So you can sign in and you can start working through April when that gets ready. Or when that's released. People tell us that it takes them about 3 to 4 hours to get through an issue of the gym. So like each of those sections, the warm-ups, the cardio, et cetera, is roughly an hour, half an hour, an hour, something like that. So if you did one section per week, you'd be totally fine. If you really want to just roll up your sleeves and really dive in and really learn this, then you have access to all of the older issues. Eventually we will lock the issues, because QBO changes so much and the interfaces change and all of that the issues will still be out there for you to access, but the interface might be different. For some of them, we'll lock them at some point so we don't have to keep doing them. But they're always out there. So if you're a new bookkeeper, if you are a firm and you have, people on your team that you want to just get up to speed and learn all of these things, then it's there. Eventually we're going to get to a point, we believe we're going to get to a point where people recognize this as actual work experience, that people will know what it means to have the badge from the QBO gym. So that even if we work with the Intuit recruiters, if we can say to them, if we can prove to them, oh yeah, this person has been, they have all the badges, they've been working through it. We're hoping, I don't speak for Intuit, I don't work for Intuit, I don't know, but we're hoping that eventually we're going to get to a place where they're going to recognize this as actual experience. Eventually, we'd like to get into schools. This is another thing, is that people, they go to a community college or whatever to learn bookkeeping, and then great, I passed the class but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So and then the key thing really, what really drives me is helping people develop the confidence in themselves that they can do this. And my gym members are already talking about that, that like they can feel their confidence rising. And when you have that confidence, that means you can go out and get clients. When you have that confidence, you can go into a job interview and know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I've done that before. Like I know how to do that in QBO. So yeah, we're excited about it. We're super excited.
I would imagine that the camaraderie of students, suffering like together, doing the same problem set. If you think about it, like you're saying, like almost being in a classroom, and that being a goal of yours, like you're sitting next to your buddies, and like you don't find the answer right away, and your buddy can help you. So I think that's a cool aspect of learning in the private community as well.
Yeah.
So we have some people saying it'd be awesome if it could be recognized as work experience, and that they have gained confidence, that they need the gym because yes, they've passed the test, but they don't know what they're doing. So that's exactly what this is for.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm looking at the time. I feel like we've given the taste. That's all that this is for. Margie is the expert. I certainly am not. I'm just my goal is to bring you good resources. I think she's smart and an excellent teacher. So this has been really needed in the marketplace, because like I know like 4 or 5 years ago I bought a practice set off of Amazon, and it was already outdated in like 2018 when I bought it.
Yep.
And this is kind of the concept of a practice set, but people have been reluctant to do it because when they're changing the interface all the time, it makes the practice sets hard. But Margie is like devoting her life and profession to this right now, and so she's putting in the work to give us that thing that we all need.
Yeah.
So don't forget, go sign up for your free 7-day trial of the gym. Why not? Come on, go test out. And you can do that. You can help Craig with his gift cards.
That's right.
But even more so, go get in that free group, y'all, because I think that's going to be where you're going to hear Margie's like larger plans. She does other things besides this, and you'll meet other people who are being serious about really wanting to learn. Like if you put 4 hours a month in of like just practicing like unpaid work, like that says something. And I think that's the mark of the people that you should want to be around, because they're wanting to be serious and excellent at the craft of bookkeeping and helping small businesses. So the name of her group, so the link to her group is below in the YouTube description. So open up the description and you'll find a link to what's called the locker room. And it's right there. And that's the easiest way to do it. But it's
we call it the locker room. The official name is the QBO Gym Locker Room.
The QBO Gym Locker Room. Yeah. So it's all about working out and getting strong and getting big brains, y'all. Big brains. Yeah. We want our brains to be big, so we can help people and not make mistakes. Right. So any final words from you, Margie, or should we wrap up?
I don't know. I'm reading all the comments and loving all the people that are stepping up and loving on this. That I loved the comment earlier. Oh, it scrolled away, where somebody said, I'm a member of the QBO Gym. It's a great experience to get experience. And she said it feels, or he or she, I don't know, it feels like real monthly bookkeeping work. Yeah. I've learned so much. So that's really what it's designed for. It's really all about diving in. It's a flight simulator, right? Yeah. You have some experience with airplanes, right, Kate?
Well, I do. Well, I I have phone
Yeah.
for coming on today and for all the hard work that you've put in for the bookkeeping world. So we're gonna sign off. Y'all stay in touch with her YouTube channel and in her Facebook group. Adios for now, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.